before we do get into the video, I'd like to say that I have an update for my schedule. I'm going to be out on Tuesdays, so I'll be doing 5 videos a day. So let's get into the video. Yo, what's up guys, I'm back with another video. It's Gordon Mint here. I'm with my brother and we're going to be talking about what happened in the results of last night's game. I did upload it on Monday. So the first one is Wizard of Ozil versus Cornetto.
Okay, so the Wizard of Ozil Cornetto played on Monday. The Wizard of Ozil was the team I told you about, the ones who won it, and Cornetto was their Davos team. And the game ended 42-7 to the Wizard of Ozil. The Wizard of Ozil are an amazing team. I mean, they smashed it in the first season they played in, and they were absolutely brilliant on Monday. They dictated most of possession, some amazing goals, good defensively, all-round team. They've got a good goalkeeper, and Cornetto, you find it hard to come up with ideas against them. Don't get me wrong, Cornetto played quite well under the circumstances, but it proves to me that that the Wizard of Ozil are probably favourites. It's not like it's not like previous seasons where there's been a clear-cut favourite and someone who you more or less know is going to win the league. There's a lot of teams who can win it this season. But I said in the previous video, gun to my head, the Wizard of Ozil will be favourites. And I still stick by that, especially after watching them Monday, because I got to watch the games and that was the one I watched the most. Don't get me wrong, Cornetto were good, but it's hard to play against a team when they're playing on that kind of form, and if they play like that all season, they'll be the one to beat.
Okay, so moving on to number 2, Balotellis Cookies, my brother's team versus Lord of the Ings.
Okay, so that was the game that was actually recorded by Jack. So you can watch that one on his channel. It's the Bidston Cup, episode 2, Balotellis versus Lords of the Ings. That game ended 60-16 to Balotellis. Now I've just been going on then about the Wizard of Ozil and how they're favourites, but after that game, Balotellis right up there as well, because we got to bear in mind that game they were missing the player Ramon. And I mentioned him in the previous video as one of the standout players, the quickest player I've ever seen play, and they were missing him for the game on Monday, and they got a 13-year-old in to replace him for the game, so they were playing with someone who's the youngest player in the tournaments for the game, and not only that, but their player Nickham injured his neck about 15-20 minutes into the game and had to go off. So they got a lad who was just watching the games to just come on the pitch and fill in for them. So they were missing 2 of their players. They had a 13-year-old and a lad who wasn't ready to play at the time. He was just kind of just sprung on playing for them, and he still won 60-16. And that's a pretty impressive score by a pretty good team. And I'm talking about Wizard of Ozil being favourites, but after that, you can argue they're the favourites. That. They just come off the back of winning the league, and then they've played 2 games and won 2 games in a row. Hot form, top of the league, because they've won 2 games, and they play more than most teams, and they're top of the league now. Lords of the Ings, I watched bits of it, and granted, fair due to them scoring 16 goals against a very good team actually. Not a lot of teams can score 16 goals against them. I mean, I know it was weakened Balotellis, but they did alright under the circumstances. But Ali's team were fantastic, and both of them just proved that their levels above most teams, apart from my team, of course. Yeah, it was a good game, but a pretty dominant performance by Balotellis.
My prediction, I think, will be a 3-horse race between my 2 brothers' teams and the Wizard of Ozil.
Thank you, but it's early doors though. It's interesting actually, because we a few of the talking, me, Jack, our other brother Ali, and a lad of my team, Steve, and we were talking about who we think will win the league. And Steve reckons that Ali's team will win it. I reckon that the Wizard of Ozil will win it. the ones who won in the third season. And Ali and Jack actually reckon my team will win it. So it's divided everyone on who they think the favourite is. And it's interesting, because obviously we've only played one game, and it was only early doors for us, but the game we played was pretty convincing. And obviously the other two previous winners, they're always going to be the favourites. But obviously there's plenty of other teams in it still, and there's a team who I'm coming to in the next game in a minute, which I'll talk about, who are obviously up there as well.
So the last results of last night's game was Lasso Solid Crew versus PK Boo.
Okay, so Lasso Solid Crew was the team I told you who've improved on last season, changed the name, kind of had a fresh start. And Peekaboo was my mate Connor's team, who I mentioned. The score was 34-14 to Lasso Solid Crew. I must admit, I didn't see as much of that game as the other two. I saw about 10 minutes of the game. I did mainly watch the other two games. But I was told that Peekaboo played well. I was told that they didn't do bad for a little while. They kept close to them for a little bit. Apparently, it's kind of like similar to my game last week, where it was a bit even for a bit, and then we kind of sailed away with it. That game was a bit like that. But apparently, Lasso Solid Crew were good. Apparently, they played really well, and at the end of the day, that's their first game together, and they've won. And that's put them third in the league on goal difference. So things that you can't really not consider them one of the favourites. After that, it's all positive. But it's spicing things up now. It's 3 good games. It was 3 good wins. You can't take anything away from the other teams. They all tried to hold their own against teams who on the day were on form, particularly Wizard of Ozil. To only concede 7 goals is pretty impressive. But then again, for Balotellis Cookies to win by 60-16 with missing 2 of their players and have a 13-year-old and a lad just filling in who was watching, that's also pretty impressive. But it's opening up now. It's leaving people with questions on who you think's going to win it. And as I told you before, a few of us who spoke about it are all divided. I know you think will win it, so it's getting interesting.
So we have done the 3 results, and you're probably thinking, what are we doing next? We're going to talk about the 3 games for next week's fixtures. Okay, so next Monday's games, the game which will be recorded as episode 3 of the Bidston Cup by Jack. If you haven't already saw, by the way, the video of Monday's game between Balotellis Cookies and Lord Ings is on YouTube. It is, I know Jack made an apology video for the first one because the angle wasn't very good, so it wasn't the best video of my team, so it didn't really do us justice. But this one's much better. He's got the right angle for it, and you see a lot of the good goals. You see a lot of the game quite clearly, and that's going to be remaining for the rest of the games for the rest of the season. So I'd watch them because it's good football you'll be seeing, and good clear football. And you're going to be so watch Balotellis Cookies game on YouTube. It's on Jack's channel. And the game which we'll be recording on Monday is my game, and I'm going to be playing Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia is the team who lost in the first week to Davos team Cornetto 32-12. Obviously, Davos team played well that day. Czechoslovakia obviously wasn't the best performance, but maybe they got more to offer. Guess I'll see on Monday, but me and my team have already said we don't want to get off to a slow start again. We want to go straight out the blocks from the start. It could all come down to goal difference, coming towards the end of the season. It could be important. So we don't want to stop, and we want to give a scoreline that'll send a message. But then again, Czechoslovakia will want to surprise everyone and beat us. So we'll see that on Monday, and you'll get to see that on Monday. That'll be recorded. Yep. Okay.
The other 2 games we got Madeleine Milan versus Peekaboo. Madeleine Milan's the team that my team beat in the first week, and Peekaboo is the team who lost 34-14 on Monday. Both the teams who kept with them for a bit, and then they sort of slowed down a little bit the second half of the game. So it'll be interesting between them two teams. I think there'll be a good close game. Anything can happen, and I guess we'll see on Monday. I don't think that one will be too much of a difference in the scoreline. And the final game is between Helsinki and Lord of the Rings. Helsinki, well, both them teams actually the two teams that Ali's played in the first 2 weeks. Obviously, Helsinki gave Ali's team one hell of a game, and Lord of the Rings didn't have the best of games. So I mean, if you're being realistic, you'd say Helsinki is the favourites going into it. But of course, you know that doesn't mean anything on the day. Anything can happen on the day, and that'll be another good game. So we're guaranteed, because actually 4 of the teams who've started the season with a loss are playing each other, so we're guaranteed to get 2 people getting their first win, which means that we could have 7 of the teams already with a win after 3 weeks. I mean, that doesn't happen very often. Like, usually you've got your ones who are dominating it, but it's just interesting because it just shows how much of an open ball game it is. So it'll be worth watching. So some good games on Monday there was, and there's going to be some good games this Monday. And you're going to see some lovely football, and this time you'll see it on a good angle, and it'll give you a proper insight, hopefully, if we win. And yeah, so look forward to that on Monday.
So yeah, thanks to Mike again for doing an update with me. And yeah, I guess that's it. Hit 10 likes again. Let's see if we can hit it. We've only hit it once, I think, or twice.
Let's go 15.
Yeah.
You can push 15 likes.
Nah. I don't know. Let's just hit 10 and then we'll see. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hit that like button and subscribe, and peace.